Hola, chollos, choyettes. ¿Cómo está usted? What's up, brothers, sisters? Let's dig into what's happening with the market. We had actually a decent update. Don't mind this giant penis fetish line drawing circle jerk I got on my charts here, but let me just fucking take these lines off here real quick. Good lord, I look like a lunatic here. Let's take a look here. So, first of all, we had a decent update. It was all on the gap, but whatever. There was some follow through in some names. It was tradable. It's all you can really ask for, right? I mean, we're at the bar. It's 1 a.m. We're not, taking the true dredges, right? Like the 205s that are like smoking cigarettes outside, waiting for their taxis, but or their PO to pick them up. But we're almost there, right? So we got it's slim pickings out here. We're stuck in a range. I mean, I've been trading full time since the end of 2007, and this is one of the weirder, larger, sloppy ranges, but still tradable thing, because it's tradable, but it's like wide ranging. So it's actually, there's like some action every day, but not a lot, right? And so that's range trading in a nutshell. It's like buy when you cry, sell when you happy. Anytime you're out to pat yourself on the back, or take a day off and get some day beers, that's usually when you're about to get smacked in the face. So just be mindful of that. I think the big thing for now is just to forget the individual stocks that are just moving with the market. Focus on whatever minimal amount of themes that are working right now, along with news plays. You're seeing a lot of that, right? Like there's news plays following over. We had a good morning today, trading this NBIS, and right, it had action. You had an opening thrust, a pullback to the EMA. You even had a little bit of a VWAP bounce. Hey, nothing crazy, but we take what we can get, man. It's wintertime in the Midwest. So that's what you got to do. I'm over here in Florida, but if I was in the Midwest, this is how we would do things. And so there's still stuff here that's happening, I think, that you can be traded. So I think for the big theme for this coming week is that, we have, we got this kind of round-in pattern on Bitcoin so far that's looking pretty, I don't know, it fakes out all the time, but it's there, right? I think Ethereum shows a very similar look, and you're kind of seeing the individual stocks react a little bit better, act a little bit better in anticipation of some of this. So I think that's where, our action is going to be in, right? You have a BMNR thrust through today. It actually, it gapped up, and it's been failing the gap pretty much every time, and today it didn't, right? So change of character, just got his balls tucked right up under the 50. Maybe not the best location on it with the 50 right there, but I think coin's right up there. I took some calls on this on the open dip down here for a month out for a swing. I think that's got a good look to it. MSTR's got that nice, same look as coin. I just have this I'm just an MSTR hater, but the setup is there. So I always go with coin because I'm an MSTR hater, but in essence, they look the same. And MSTR is probably easier to trade. Coin's a little bit more rowdy, a little bit more spready. It's just got a little bit more drama to it. Hey, I don't know if this is the hyperliquid that people trade on, but it's got the name and it's been really cooking. So I think that this thing is looks pretty hot. Look at the accumulation on this bad boy. This may be something we need to take a part of. Let's see what's up on this. Then you got UAMY here. After that big run, right, you spent months now, months and months and months marinating here. I think this one's ready to go. It looks a lot better than its friends. USAR doesn't really look like much. CRML doesn't look like much. UAMY looks like something. I think, we give this a little bit of attention. I would grade this, more of a B or, a B plus to B. I like this overall, the volume accumulation stuff. I typically do like to see some sector momentum that coincides with the individual setup. Unless it's just got like some game-breaking news on it, right? That's like it makes it the sector leader, which I don't know if this is or not. At $1 billion market cap, but something to just kind of keep in mind of. I think the setup looks great, but I take it down one notch because I don't have the rest of the sector following. BM&R we talked about. Hey, look, this little S bit. If you want like a little bomber, and this may be if you think like crypto's gonna run. You may throw a couple thousand of these like in a longer term account. Just it's not getting back up there, right? But like, could it get back into somewhere around here? It's possible if Ethereum makes a run to say 4,000 or something, right? Then I think that's a possibility. Hey, this Photonics, laser, LITE, INPN LITE stuff. I don't know what any of that terminology means. This doesn't look like it's really letting down on all. This is the best looking out of the group. But you got like kind of multiple tests of resistance on this. There's all sorts of doohickeys going on this. It trades a little bit thin, obviously with only 3 million shares of volume, but it's right on that low side that I'd be willing to take, but the range more than makes up for it. 9% ATR. That's pretty good for a $70 stock. Like, I'm taking that. I've been stalking this NVTS, but it kind of dumped off today. I'm going to just watch it today because it was a little bit extended. So when it pushed it, dumping off that usually does happen. If the opening drive is too strong, it'll almost always dump off if it's like this loose from where it is here to here. That's just the nature of kind of how tightness works these days, or always has worked. Now, let's see, like, if this was just like a little dipsy-do dunkaroo or something, it's just the end of the trend. It's still a little sloppy, but the overall picture looks great. Like, you can see this volume accumulation from here to here. Just fantastic. Coin I really like. RKLB is very tight. It's been in such a tight ATR for the last couple weeks, like tight range. Like, you're talking from like 68 to like 71. It's really tighter than a Goose's Caboose right there. That thing is just, it feels like it's ready to just do something. This is another one. You can go April 17th, I believe. You can go like April 17th, like a month out even. You could go, I could go, like you could go like down over here, give yourself a couple weeks, right? A few weeks. You can get the 75s for like $4. Like, that's not so bad. You'd cover that difference like in one day, and then you'd have a bunch of days left over. So something to kind of keep in mind. If I may take some calls on this, we'll see what's up. Boom, 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 boom. I thought this looks a little bit less sloppy than ASTS, which is, did have that nice earnings, but then it kind of gave it back. So I don't know. It's like in no man's land. It's just a man searching for a home, right? It's like, the man just searching for meaning here. Like, who am I? Like, what am I doing here? What's my purpose? It just doesn't know that. Where RKLB knows its purpose. It stays in its lane. Like, I'm fucking stuck in a range, motherfucker, and I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to get there someday. But, like, it's just a nice tight range. Like, I think that's the way to go. So that's the list. I'm sticking to it. I got a couple other names. You may, like offshoots like GLXY or something, but I think the other ones are cleaner. Peace.